Hey Cancers, it's Tasha, aka Mama Jim, and I am back here for your March 2016 monthly Tarotscope. I want to say thank you for everyone who has who wrote it out with me for the month of February. I know I didn't show up and show out for y'all, and provide these messages that Spirit has for me to say to you, but your girl was going through some things and she was tired, and it was just too much, so I had to take some time off. But I'm back. So let's get into it. I have new deck, oh, the Housewives Tarot. I like this deck. It's very whimsical. It's very cynical. It is very sarcastic, but it's straight into the point. And that's what I appreciate about this deck. And I feel like we're under the energy of a moon where it's time for us to start letting some things go that no longer serve us, whether it's people, beliefs, hangouts. I said places that we used to hang out, whatever that it is. We need to get rid of that stuff because we're moving into a new dimension in our lives, and we can't take everything and everybody and all these thoughts with us. So I like these deck, and it presents the message in such a way that there is no misconception about what idea is trying to be portrayed here, or what thought or advice or whatever is trying to be portrayed. So I like that. And then we'll do a wisdom for healing card. So I like those two. They've been resonating pretty well with the other readings. All right, let's get into it. And this is for Cancer general, sun, moon, and rising. Love may come up. Oh, you have this. Oh, whoa, you got some like three cards that just popped out on my lap, y'all. Hold on. Uh-oh. All right, let's just take a look at the I feel like your cards are about ready. And I'm just going to pull them as we go. We're going to do something different. Well, hell, you have four cards to just jump out. There's some messages Spirit has for you this for March. Yeah, this is it right here. Okay, first off, let's take a look at the three cards. Oh, I'm sorry, the four cards that you had. The first card was the Six of Cups. Some good feelings are coming back, y'all. Judgment. And look at the Judgment. See how they depict it? She's a piece of meat, for y'all to see it. She's like a slab of meat, and she's on the scale. She's trying to decide what she's skimming off. And that's exactly what we're talking about. It may be old friends. I feel like this could be old friends, people. Maybe maybe even a family member, y'all. Um, yeah, okay, so look. Three of Wands and the Emperor. What I feel with all these four cards is telling you exactly what I just said. As far as I feel like there's a person in your life, Cancer, that is super duper toxic. Um, but you keep holding on to them. You try to skim, you try to make excuses for this person. But I mean, mm-mm. If you want to, I'm looking at it like this with this Judgment card. You're trying to make excuses. You skim off a little bit here and a little bit there and make excuses here and there. But they still ain't right. They still are not right. And so it's going to eventually get to the point where you're going to be completely lean. There's going to be no marbling of fat. There's not going to be anything extra. You're going to have to peel it back and see it for what it is. And that's where the Emperor is coming in. I feel like a lot of you are actually doing this now with the Three of Wands. Like you're ready. You can see that this is she has a mop and a broom and a toilet scrubber. So you can tell that she's prepared to do this. Prepared for a day's worth of work. Coming in. So this could be a person too that could be a soulmate or that you consider to be a soulmate. You're real sweet on this person. You like this person. But nah, it's time. This could be even On a flip side, this could be someone going through some issues with their father about where they're going to go in life. What is the next step? Maybe your dad has, or it could be an overbearing mama, but it could be a dad that's just like, I want you to go to Georgia Tech, and that's where I went, and you're gonna go there, and da 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 da. And you're just like, well, I don't really want to do that. And so you're trying to weigh out the pros and cons. Well, I'm sorry, weigh out the pros and cons and decide, am I going to do this or that? Or it could even be a husband. But if it's not a close friend that you, or maybe a lover that you need to be cutting out, I feel like you may be going back and forth with someone about their plans. Could be a family member. I feel father daughter. I feel mother son. It really could either go either way, but I feel more opposite parent child, not mother daughter or father son. I feel daddy girl or mother son. About and it doesn't necessarily have to be about college, but it has to be about what they want for you versus what you want for them. And what it could be that you're cutting out is that you're going to start living for yourself. Okay. Let's just get into the cards. That's interesting that those 4 cards came up just like that. They were ready and then I messed them up, so we got to get them back ready again. I'm going to do a 10. Yeah, well, there you go. Right, for the heart of the matter, we're doing a 10 card Celtic cross. I can't talk this morning. Very heart of the matter, Queen of Swords. Could very strongly be a mother, father. Somebody's very they come off very cold, or very not cold, but they're not the most warm person in the world. But they mean well and they do display love. They just don't display it in the way that is perceived as normal, but they're a little reserved, but they care about you nonetheless. Could be a parent, mother, father, not fire sign, air sign, Aries, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. They always feel like they know best. Now, or this could be you're knowing what you're doing, what you know best. Okay. Now you're a water sign, but this is just the energy that you're taking on, that you're cutting some things. Look, she's I think it's pruning. I think it's pruning when you cut the leaves, the bad leaves off. I know my camera's crappy, but she's cutting the bad leaves off. And she's doing it with joy, because she knows that the plant is not going to grow. The plant is not going to grow unless the dead leaves go off. And it's this person, I feel strongly, there could be some men too, but I feel more strongly that it's a woman. I feel like she's a what's that term that they say about some women sometimes, that she's a a, like a man eater, or a ball buster, because his little leaf is down at the bottom. We could say that this is her husband or whatever. It could be a male child, like I said, but she's trying to cut it off. Like she's trying to keep her power by cutting something from you. But I just don't feel there's a struggle with that though. What is the conflict? Conflict is the 8 of Pentacles. Exactly. This is the 8 of Pentacles. To me, is a card about, in this reading, it's a card about self. It could be a card about self-improvement. It could be a card about paying attention to detail. But this is coming in as a conflict. So I feel like this person is conflicting with what you want to do with yourself, because to me, the eight of Pentacles talks about self-love, self-improvement, um, perfection, or trying to achieve the state of perfection, getting things right, making it clean, making it polished. Like this lady here in this card, she has these plates up here and she's perfected it. Now that she's perfected it, they're different colors. I know y'all really can't see because of this light and I have in the back, but she has different colors for everyone. So it's like she practice and practice and practice on the blue one, but now she figured out how to do it and get it right, and now she can expand herself and do other colors. And so I feel like that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to expand, but this person right here in the middle, or maybe just a situation, is keeping you from expanding. All right, it could be your thoughts too, because Queen represents thoughts. um why this is all happening, actually these are two I want to. The Lovers and the Knight of Wands. Simple is what I feel is this is what's going on in your subconscious, or this is the foundation of why this is all happening. It is about one person. It's about choices. It's about going with what you want full force. You don't care what other people say. Even if this is about a actual love situation with some people, you're realizing that nah, I gotta go forward. I can't sit here and I can't sit here and wait on you. Okay. um with the Lovers card, and it's like what I feel is you're feeling, even if I was to go forward with this, it's gonna be hell in a handbasket. We are doomed. Okay, because look at the bottom. Let me just show you the lover. Let me just show you the Lovers card. These are two people who are in love, but what you don't see is they're headed into the ocean. It's like they went off of a cliff, but they're so enamored into each other and enthralled by each other, they don't even see what they're about to get themselves into. And so I feel like for you, it's you're understanding what you're about to get yourself into, but you don't care, and you're choosing to do that anyway. Whether or not this is you're making some type of, this is revolving some type of life issue, I believe. I feel like this is involving whatever the situation is going into, you're going into a different phase of life. You're going to be without something. That's evident to me already. Something's going to have to leave something behind. And it's hard, but you're ready. And it even if it comes, even if it is you letting go of doing what other people want you to do, that could be something. That is a new phase in your life, because this is a thought pattern. If we're going to look at it that way, this is a thought pattern that, you know what, I can't live for everybody. I have to live for me and do what I want to do. So that's what's going on. What's going on in the past is, yeah, in the recent past, a couple of weeks, maybe a week or so ago, because it's the Ace of Wands, um, this idea came into you that, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I have to move forward and live my life the way that I want, and in a way that's going to make me happy. That's gonna make me feel content. And what I'm doing now is not, it's too heavy on me. This is a thick piece of meat. Okay, that's heavy, 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 heavy. And so you have to get in there. You have to chop some chop some folks out, chop some ways out that no longer serve you to get where you're trying to go. And so I feel like right now a lot of you are in the transitional phase. Nothing is definite right now. You're just toiling around a lot of ideas, but it seems to me that especially for this family member, it keeps popping up. This person has a lot of ideas that they just want to just keep throwing at you and throwing at you. And what I feel is like they're trying to they're trying to um oh my goodness. Y'all, I don't know if y'all been going through the same thing, but I go through the same thing. I lose my words. And it's very, very frustrating because I usually can communicate very well, but every now and then I'll just lose my words, and I lose my whole train of thought, and it is frustrating. Um they're trying to control your path, and they do it like in a way of suggesting, but you really know deep down inside, because you are very intuitive, my Cancerian friends, that they're trying to do it to persuade you. And that's so sad I couldn't remember that simple word, y'all. It's persuade. They're doing it as a way of persuasion or manipulation, and you're seeing it, but you're like, nah, I'm not doing it. So you're taking what they have as a grain of salt, but you're not. You're not feeling all of that. Let's see. Coming in for what's going on presently now. You have 2 cards. You have right on time. 7 of Cups and the King of Pentacles. You think about the long term. You have your options. She's like, which one of these do I want? Do I want a Long Island iced tea? Do I want a gin and tonic? Do I want a margarita? What is that? I don't know. We're gonna call that a strawberry daiquiri. Which one do I want? And so you're just riding in this thing right now because you realize you do have time with the King of Pentacles. And I do feel like this could heavily do with work, family, education, um, something that's going to take a long time. It's going to take a while to achieve, to get to, or it could deal with relationships where you're ending a phase and you're going in a new phase and you're entering the phase as a single person, but you're optimistic and you realize it's not gonna be it's gonna take time. So you're just standing still right now, allowing for different options to come your way, and you're entertaining different options. Okay, you're not sold on any one particular thing at this point in time. All right, what's coming up in the near future? An idea, something that you're going to give birth to, a way that you can rid yourself of this person, how you're going to wean yourself. I feel like a lot of y'all just going to be just coming in, cutting ties. But it's like after you cut the ties, the Empress is coming in. You got all the things you need. She got a recipe. It says recipe for success. You came up with the idea of how you're going to move forward. Because remember, you're making plans right here. You're waiting. You know this thing is going to be good for you, whatever it is. But you want to make the right decision. You had it in the past that this is what you're going to do. I'm not going to listen to anybody anymore. Okay, I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to dust this thing and make this thing right, make it all clean and pretty. I'm going to make it for me. This is you putting it into action and putting it into action and knowing that, again, it's going to take a little while to get there, but you're willing to make that sacrifice because you know you're going to get what you want in the end, and you know that it's for your best. These cards dropped out, sorry. You know it's for your best interest. How you feeling about this situation? I probably already talked about it. You feel a little trapped. You feel a little stuck. As optimistic as you want to be about it, it is a change. It is a change. But don't give in to that. Don't allow fear. There's some fear deep down in the back. Don't allow fear to get in there and keep you bound. Because again, all you're doing, if that is the case, and I'm gonna just say this, if this is the case, if you're gonna allow fear to keep you where you are, then you might as well continue to let this person, I'm not gonna say bully, but I am gonna say bully, just try to control you. Okay, this is the reason why we're in this situation right now. This is the reason why you're thinking the way that you are thinking now. You allow fear to grip you. Nah, it's not time for fear to grip you. Unleash that fear and walk confidently into the future. What you have going in around you and your surroundings and your environment. The Hierophant. Like I said, this is what you should be doing. You need to do this. You need to stay with him. You need to stay with her. He's good to you. She's good to you. Yeah, but I'm not happy. Yeah, I can go to that school, and I know I can get a good scholarship, but I don't want to take up history. Nothing to get history because I love history, or I don't want to do electrical engineering, Dad, just because you did it. I don't want to do that. Yeah, I know I can get in, but I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to. I want to do something totally off the beaten path. This is talking about everybody wanting you to stay the same. Stay retro. You like, nah, fuck that. I'm not doing that. Whatever. So for your advice, two cards for advice. Take this bottom. And we see them together, y'all. Move. Am I looking at it? Yeah. You got to move to a place you got to move from dissatisfaction. Or is that, oh, I'm sorry, this is a Four of Cups. Move forward. Again, like I said, resist the need or the tendency to stay stagnant and to feel like you're mentally trapped, and stop playing like, not to say that you're playing like the victim, but stop acting like there are not options out there, because you have options and you're seeing them. So it's like, what I feel is, some of you, even though you're being presented with options of things that you can do, or even alternatives or whatever, alternative, not alternative, that's not the word. See what I'm saying? Damn. I'm doing a video. Even though you're being presented with options, you still trying to make up excuses like, well, no, cause no. You still have two cups. You still have the emotional energy to do what you need to do to move forward, and you have the moving card. Okay, mentally move forward into your future. She's saying, "Sayonara, bitches." You see her? Uh-oh. There she is. She's in ta ta. She's stepping lightly. I apologize. I know my camera sucks. Um, she's stepping lightly because she's on knives. These are knives, but she's taking small steps, small methodical steps towards her future, and she has a little bag in her hand. Okay, what's coming up for the future, or the outcome of this month? How things are going to be towards the end of the month? Bam, Nine of Pentacles. You independency. I know I use that wrong, y'all, but I if you know me and my friends, we just talk any type of way. You are stepping out on your own, like I said from the very beginning. So don't be afraid to step out on your own, whether this is stepping away from a relationship or a toxic person or a toxic way of thinking. Don't be afraid to step it out. You're taken care of. You have enough knowledge so far. Don't doubt yourself. I feel like a lot of y'all are doubting yourself, and I can say that because I'm a Cancer. I'm a Cancer moon. I doubt myself all the time, and it's not good. And so, as I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself. Um, don't be afraid to step out and do something totally against the grain. Okay, let's see what these wisdom for healing cards have, and then we're gonna wrap this thing up because a sister girl got to go. I love these cards. I like the pictures. I like the messages that they have on the back. And I like how they resonate. Two cards, Cancer. Choose to heal. Okay, allow this water to come over and wash, like these rocks here. Allow this water to wash over you and to purify yourself. It says this is the day to reflect on troubling emotions and transform them in a positive way. Identify one unresolved area of anger or hurt and ask yourself why you're still not at peace. Focus on how much power you lose to negative feelings. Your goal: to realize you choose to stay angry when you choose to heal. Don't be mad with that person for trying to control you. Just don't let them control you. Simple and plain. Take your power back. The other one, forgive yourself. Identify one area of your own life when you're angry at yourself, or where you have where you've yet to forgive something you've done. Healing requires forgiving oneself as well as others. Your goal, to love yourself enough to heal. When you love yourself, see how she's holding herself? She's knowing that, you know what, girl, I got you. I'm not going to, you know what, I'm sorry I let you down, but I'm not going to do this anymore. When it comes to that relationship with this person, you sorry. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm sorry that I believed in someone that really didn't give a damn about me. You went out on it on good faith, but you got to forgive yourself and move on. Don't hold yourself um, in a state of guilt and resentment and anger just because you felt like maybe there were some things in that relationship that you did that you are not so proud of. Okay, so what? Forgive yourself and move on. Don't let that guilt that you had or something that you did in the past still hold you in a relationship that is not supposed to be in your future. Boom. Okay, just going to say that. When it comes to a family situation, forgive yourself in advance, because I feel like there's going to be some guilt tied to this, or they're going to try to make you feel guilty. You're going to be breaking a tradition if you don't do so. You know what? Traditions, sometimes they're meant to be broken, daddy, mommy. Not all the time. Just because everybody did it the same way back then doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do it that way now. That doesn't always apply in every situation, but I feel like in this situation, and a lot of you cancers are going to know what I'm talking about, it applies in this. Sometimes there is need for change and there's room for change, and you have to have a person who's going to be innovative, such as yourself, cancers, to step out there and try something new. So say your prayers, forgive yourself for allowing other people to take control of you, over you, and get back your power. All right, cancers, thank you so much. If you would like a personal reading, my information is down in the description box. Thanks. Bye.